Obama's speech that was delivered at 7:30. The speech ranged for about 12, 13 minutes. Why did he deliver the speech? 1 year ago, Osama bin Laden was killed. The war's not coming to an end. We're still going to be there for a couple more years. By his own admission, he said we're going to be there till 2024. So I have no idea what this guy's talking about. And then this stuff about a better America and rebuilding America and children being free to pursue their dreams. Mr. President, how about freedom from debt? You've crushed these poor children with the mountains of debt. That's going to take generations to repay. What are you talking to me about? This, to me, was nothing more than cheap political theater and a publicity stunt. And he's trying to brainwash the American people into thinking that the war in Afghanistan is over when it's not over. It's far from over. And he's trying to present himself as the statesman who won the war in Afghanistan. That's essentially the gist of his speech. And I'm telling you right now, I see that silver-haired guy, Anderson Cooper. He's going crazy on CNN. Wolf Blitzer's going crazy on CNN. I think these guys are going to get a heart attack. They got to calm themselves down because they're already jumping up and down that this is the greatest speech since FDR's declaration of war against Japan in December 1941. I mean, this to me is unbelievable, how the liberal press is already spinning this as like a incredible statesmanship on the part of Obama. The speech that will transform his presidency. I can already tell you the spin that's going to come from the liberal media. And notice this. Notice how he kept trying to convince the American people that the war in Afghanistan is over, essentially mission accomplished, when in fact his actions and his other words belie the truth. We're still going to be there for years to come. We're still going to be spending billions of dollars. The country's going to continue to fall apart. What's going to change in a year from now, or 2 years, or 3 years? Why do we have to keep staying there? Because he wants to make it seem like he's fulfilled his promise. And the central promise of his campaign, when Obama was then candidate Obama in 2007, was this. Boys, roll clip 17.
I will promise you this, that if we have not gotten our troops out by the time I am president, it is the first thing I will do. I will get our troops home. We will bring an end to this war. You can take that to the bank.
You can take that to the bank. Mr. President, like everything else under your administration and command, the banks don't work. Nothing works. Had he come out today, right now, and said, I'm bringing the troops home ASAP, all of them immediately, Mitt Romney would be finished in November 2012 because nobody supports this war anymore. I know that the polls say 25% of Americans still support the war. Honestly, I haven't met one of those 25%. Not this war, not with these rules of engagement, not with this commander-in-chief. No way. The overwhelming majority of Americans side with Jeff Cooner and Michael Savage. Bring the troops home now. And so instead of doing that, because that would take political courage, that would take political guts, he wants to lie to you. He wants to convince you they're coming down. We're going to take out another 23,000. And after that, who knows? Who knows? Who knows? But I can tell you this. They're no longer going to be in harm's way. No, 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 no. What, you think the Taliban are going to stop shooting at them? You think the Taliban are going to stop shooting at our troops all of a sudden, Mr. President? Because you signed some phony, meaningless agreement with that ingrate Karzai? What you saw tonight was a fraud as a president, perpetrating a huge hoax and fraud upon the American people. This is a phony agreement by a phony president on a phony war. And the liberal media are going to try to convince you that this was a brilliant speech. My friends, don't buy it. It was a disgrace.
That was a lot of money.
Well, $3 million, apparently, according to one caller. I know these things cost millions of dollars. It's not just the flight. It's the security. It's the preparations for Obama coming. This is elaborate. This requires hundreds of people in coordinating, working together. This is a huge, huge undertaking. Remember, Afghanistan is a war zone. To bring a president into the middle of a war zone and to ensure that he can deliver that speech in relative safety and security, this costs us millions of dollars. Now, I ask all of you, what you heard just now, did that require him to go to Afghanistan? Does that require a massive overseas trip? You mean he couldn't have delivered it from the Oval Office, from the White House in front of his desk? First of all, we didn't need a speech. There's no need for a speech. I know bin Laden was killed a year ago. We don't need a speech. Okay, that's number one. But number two, you couldn't do it from the Oval Office with two cameras in front of you? But that's not enough. You see, he wants the trucks. He wants the troops. He wants the backdrop. He wants a campaign photo op. What you saw was a massive campaign photo op paid for by you. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you had a good time listening to it because you paid for it.